You didn't do what you wanted to do, or at least give it a go.
We live and die by our own responsibilities. If we reflect back just on the negative, then we have no room to live in today and to be in the positive. I mean, I'm tired too. I'm tired every day, and that's physically and a lot of times mentally.
I feel like I can't take this shit no more.
I mean, look, it's sad. There's a lot of people going through a lot of mental and psychological anguish right now, and they don't know how to get out of that. And I am telling you, the answer is right here. It's within you. It's within the people that you surround yourself, and being able to find those pillars of light and to move forward. Hey, it's the DELO here, and I am here to reignite your spark. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel that we have going on here. Check out all the videos that we're putting together to help you if you might be having a midlife crisis or maybe not. I'm here to help you through your journey in life, through giving you love and positivity and all the things that I can give while I am still energetic and here.
Does the millennial generation have a midlife crisis?
Millennials do not have a midlife crisis. Come here. It was already said so beautifully. Millennials cannot have a midlife crisis because every single day is a brand new crisis, right?
Yeah, and also millennials cannot be life coaches because they haven't lived life yet.
We are living in a time right now where millennials have not had a break from historical events happening in current times. Millennials have lived through 2 recessions right now, right? Ask a millennial when's the last time they were able to sit down and relax and not stress about.
Well, nobody can really sit down and relax when they're on their phones all day, soaking themselves into all of the stuff that's going on. That is very stressful for sure. I know my kids go through it as well, and they're millennials.
Anything. I promise you they'll have to think about it. A midlife crisis insinuates you have enough money to buy and do things that you wish you would have done when you were younger. Millennials have the same financial status as Gen Z right now, which is paycheck to paycheck and just buying things hoping that the card goes through.
Yes, and I would have to reiterate to that. I have many adult friends that are my age that have no money, and it relates pretty well to my kids because they don't have any money either.
43, you still think you're young. I have this jacket on, and I'll hang out with a 23-year-old, and I'm like, you get it, dude? We're just a couple young dudes.
Okay, I'm not hanging out with any 23-year-olds. If I do that, I feel really creepy, especially at 50.
Get it? Some guy will walk up, he's like, I'm 45. I'm like, why don't you beat it, old man? I can't believe that guy had the nerve to think he was our age, right, dude?
So what's funny about this is, like, I'll walk into like a coffee shop. The girl or the dude behind it is probably in their 20s, and I think I'm hip, and I'm kind of like trying to speak the lingo and be cool. I don't think it works.
That's crazy. Let's go sit down for a little bit.
Here's the other funny thing. This happened even before I turned 50. I was probably about 43. Yeah, 43. My wife loves this story. So I was going to the bank. Some guy cut me off. He got mad, whatever the deal is. I go to the ATM. He comes up to me and he said, hey, old man. Hey, short old man. I'm 43, dude. Whatever.
Midlife crisis to me, I said this before, is someone I believe that has got to a stage of their life where they're now perhaps in resentment, like you said. They're looking back thinking, bloody hell, I should have done that. Looking at their partner, husband or wife, and thinking,
okay, so there's a lot to be said to that. Maybe midlife for some people is having resentment and wanting to go back. But here's the thing. If you recognize where you're at and who you are today, you don't need to have resentment. Just go do it now. There's no reason why you can't.
bloody hell, you held me back. I should have gone and done that job. Or I should have started that business because I could have been here and my friends are there. I think it's reflection, thinking you didn't do what you wanted to do, or at least give it a go. Midlife crisis to me.
We live and die by our own responsibilities. If we reflect back just on the negative, then we have no room to live in today and to be in the positive.
I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes, like, late nights, I just cry like a motherfucker. That's the honest to God truth. Like,
you know, I'd be lying to you to tell you that I didn't have days where, you know, it just got extremely heavy.
I mean, I'm tired too. I'm tired every day, and that's physically and a lot of times mentally, because again, I talk about this all the time. Who are you hanging out with? I have to look inside myself as well and realize, what friends am I hanging out with? Who is collecting and taking my energy? Am I able to get some of their energy back? Is it an equal exchange of energy and positivity, or is it a downgrade effect of negativity and just getting beat?
Kind of just shut down, take a moment to yourself to kind of regroup.
I'm trying to do my best, and I think the weight to try to live up to everybody's perfect expectation of me has been really, really heavy for a long time.
I get it. A lot of expectations, especially as you become midlife and people are looking at you to be that center of influence or that sense of advice, or they all want to have meetings with you. They all want to grab coffee. They all want to do this and that. Be very peculiar, specific on who you accept meetings with and what you do at this point in your life, because it will absolutely drain you. There's a lot of meetings I've taken that I probably shouldn't have, but I at least learned from those meetings that I shouldn't have taken.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going through a lot of shit right now. Going through a lot of shit, bro. Going through a lot of shit, bro. I feel like I can't take this shit no more.
I mean, look, it's sad. There's a lot of people going through a lot of mental and psychological anguish right now, and they don't know how to get out of that. And I am telling you, the answer is right here. It's within you. It's within the people that you surround yourself. It's having whatever faith it is that you want to have that's in a positive light, and being able to find those pillars of light and to move forward.
3 months, October, November, December. You've got 3 months left in the year, and you have one of two choices. You can do what you've been doing year after year after year after year, which is literally nothing until January 1st, when you have a spurt of motivation and you decide that you're going to change your entire being, and then you do it for 2 weeks, and then those goals are never seen or heard of again. Or you can see the opportunity in front.
A lot of truth here. Yes, 3 months left. And these are some of the best 3 months of everybody's lives. These are, how many more times will you get these 3 months, depending on how old you are, and especially if you're 50 like I am, and you're like, okay, October, November, December, how many more of those months do I get within my lifetime, and what do I want to do? And when you look at everything from family gatherings to the weather to just the holiday to all that, there was a time where I neglected that. I was so in a rush to get through it, not necessarily take part in the way that I take part now. I come at it with a different perspective to enjoy the time and the moment. And I've also journaled a lot, so I can look back at those times and moments to see what I may not have been able to acquire or partake in back in my earlier life, and not make that mistake again.
Listen to these words very carefully. If you get fat, people think you eat too much. If you lose weight, people think you're sick. If you dress well, you're showing off. If you dress simple, you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you don't, you're a coward. If you're successful, you're arrogant. If you're struggling, you're lazy. If you're honest, you're naive. You see, no matter what you do in life, people will always criticize you without fail. So do whatever makes you happy.
As the Italian stallion says, Sylvester Stallone, who I grew up with his movies and listening to this, very valid points. And obviously this man has lived a life of fullness. And he's absolutely right. My advice back to you is, who gives a what anybody thinks about your clothes, about the way you look, about what you do? You have to be the one person that cares about what it is that you're doing and what you're partaking in or what you're not doing.
A 9 to 5 should only be used to fund your own business. Like, I don't think nobody should ever get a job and say, I'm gonna be the 10-year best employee of the year. Like, nobody should ever think that, because if you ever late too many times, they're gonna get rid of you. They don't care what you got going on in your family.
I love this, okay? This really resonates with me, because you think about 9 to 5, you think about the whole avatar of what a job, okay, J-O-B, looks like. For most people, it's just a place to come and really just hang out and maybe work and maybe do whatever. But for the entrepreneur spirit, for the person that really wants to make more of themselves and wants to reinvest in themselves, but also their company, it's about reinvesting the money, it's about reinvesting the time, it's reinvesting all this effort to build something that you are a part of and that you live. You live it. You don't just go to it, you absolutely live it. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. We got more of that to come. Really enjoy doing this. Really enjoy downloading and putting together my perspective against or with a lot of other amazing people's perspective, hoping that it helps you. Please, again, subscribe, join the community, this community of positivity that I am building for all of us so that we can kind of escape the other stuff that's going on in the world.